Hello, you're welcome to our lecture number 4, which is comprises of a topic on employee compensation and recognition. So basically, employee compensation refers to the benefits that employees receive in exchange to the services they provide to their employers. And this is always one of the largest expense or cost for any enterprise or organization. So the following are the few examples of compensation to employees. The first one being a cash compensation. This is basically the wages and salaries that employees earn after delivering services to the organization. Then there are also what we call retirement plans, and these ones are always employer contributions to their staff after they have retired. Then we also have employer paid health insurance services, where employers take care of the medical bills of their employees and sometimes those of their family members. Then we also have life insurance, paid leave for vacation or sick days, disability insurance, sales commission, overtime wages, and recognition or merit pay, among others. There are also others that you could come across. Then your compensation strategy should be structured to best suit your unique business circumstances. So maybe as a startup capital, you might not be able to compete with what large companies offer, but then you do what you should always work in your means. You do what fits in your business size and capability, but also make sure that it fit enough to attract and retain key employees of interest, and never underestimate the value of those small advantages that you as a company offer, which might be different to what is offered by larger companies, but this could mean a lot to your employees. So that leads us to incentives and rewards. So our compensation could be divided into salary, and then benefits and incentives. So benefits and incentives. So while salaries and benefits should be competitive, incentives are the most likely drivers for attracting and retaining best employees. So a reward is something which is actually given to an employee, whereas an incentive is a motivating factor. So for example, if you give one of your employees a gift for their hard work, that is a reward. However, if that same employee works hard and exceeds the expectations or exceeds the other workers because of the thought of receiving a reward, that becomes an incentive. So therefore, incentives are drivers in attracting the best employees. We are going to talk about basically 4 key types of incentives. Number 1 being bonuses, and these are rewards based on attainment of performance goals. However, these should be realistic and closely matched to the business and people involved. So the other type of incentives is profit sharing. So this is a payment tied on the company profit or the profits that you get at the end of the day. So they are always predetermined, and it is shared among all employees. So profit sharing bonuses are generally paid out once a year in form of cash or on a deferred basis. So you might sit and agree with your employees that if we make this amount of profit, but maybe a particular percentage is given to you as a way of motivating them. Then the other incentive are the stock options. So basically this one looks at starting enterprises. So you might not have money to give out as an incentive. However, you can encourage your employees to buy shares in the company. Remember, each share is always attracts a certain profit, or it even motivates them because they feel part of the business. You become co-owners with your employees. So that could also be one way of motivating staff. Then, and lastly, we have commissions. So this common way of remunerating employees, specifically salespeople, for securing the sale of a product or service. And the intent is to create a strong incentive for the individual to invest the maximum effort into their work. Commissions are usually calculated as a percentage of the sale of a product or service. So those are basically the 4 types of incentives that we are going to look at. And please note that there are always rules when you plan to give out rewards. So the first rule is don't promise rewards in advance. Remember, you're just giving a gift or a reward to someone after they have achieved a certain goal. So it's not always good to keep them expecting what is coming. So give rewards at unexpected times so that people don't change their intentions and focus on the reward. Then you should keep the anticipated rewards small. So however much they anticipate, because sometimes you can't help it, but it should be on a small level. Then reward continually, not just once. So we should always celebrate people. Keep celebrating and rewarding people whenever they achieve what is not expected out of them. Then reward publicly, not privately. You wouldn't want to be misunderstood. So for example, if you're a male employer and maybe you're rewarding a female employer, so you should always make sure that everything is done publicly, not to create any unwanted suspicions. Then reward behaviors, not only outcomes. So sometimes people take shortcuts to get outcomes, or even, for example, someone might get something done through another people, but once you focus on behaviors, how someone conducts their activities, then you get an overall, you reward genuinely. Then reward peers, not only subordinates. So sometimes someone achieves something because of teamwork, so it's also good to reward peers as well. Then employee benefits and services. So employee benefits, remember, our rewards could be in monetary terms, but employee benefits are non-salary or non-cash compensations that can vary from company to company. So employers offer a wide range of benefits to their employees, and these are designed to help meet basic needs that the employees may not be otherwise be able to meet on their own. So employee services are employee benefits, but they are more specific, a specific form of employee benefit that employers offer to help instill loyalty among their workers. So services such as we might have maybe cafeteria, we might have coffee shops, gyms, or just anniversary gifts. So these help in motivating people to stay at work, or it even instills loyalty among your workers. So as upcoming employers, you should take note of that. So employee benefits differ from employee services in that benefits tend to be necessities for many people and their families, while employee services looked at instilling loyalty among workers while they are at work. So benefits could extend to even family members, such as medical insurance for the rest of your family members, whereas services are usually work-based or workstation-based. So what are some of the types of employee benefits? We have the payment of time that is not worked for. So here we've heard of people going for holidays that have been paid for by their employers, paid study leaves, paid vacations. Then the other one is employee security. People need to be secure and feel safe when they are at work. So that is a way of motivating them. Then employee security. So this also could include security for the family members. Then we have healthy benefits. I've talked of medical insurance, then welfare and recreational facilities. And lastly, old age or retirement benefits. So most of the people may not be able to save to cater for their old age because of the low wages that are offered. And this is when employers should come in to at least prepare a package for their employees when they retire. So what are the importances of these benefits and services? Number one is employee demands. So usually our salaries are taxed, but then what comes as a bonus is not always taxed. So employees prefer getting those other packages that are not taxed than, and then maintain maybe a smaller amount which is liable to taxation. Then trade union demands. So different trade unions always compete with each other, and they buy fame by advocating for better services for their members. So once one trade union demands for particular benefits, the others will also follow the same. Then employers' preference. Employers also give these benefits to motivate employees to give their best to the organization. So as employees are motivated and happy, they will also deliver. So then it is also a social security. So society furnishes it's through appropriate organizations against risks to which its members are exposed. Then it also they hope in improving human relations. So human relations are maintained when employees are satisfied economically, socially, and psychologically. So thank you so much. Please stay safe.